Have you ever felt that nagging ache, that slow drain on your energy, or found yourself wondering why your body just doesn't feel the same as it used to? It's easy to dismiss these things as just getting older, isn't it? We might blame it on the weather, a restless night, or just the natural course of time. But what if I told you that some of the foods we've always enjoyed, some of the very meats we consider staples in our diets, might actually be contributing to those feelings, slowly chipping away at our vitality after 65? It's a surprising truth, and it's one we need to face head-on, because your comfort, your mobility, and your future health truly depend on it. That feeling of being constantly tired, or those little aches that seem to settle in your joints, might not be inevitable. It's a painful reality to think that something we've loved for decades could now be working against us. But understanding this isn't about giving up everything you love. It's about gaining knowledge to make smarter choices that empower you to live better, feel stronger, and enjoy your golden years to the fullest. In this video, we're going to uncover 4 common types of meat that, for us over 65, can really start to take a toll on our bodies, leading to issues like inflammation, heart trouble, digestive woes, and even just that general feeling of being worn down. It's about more than just numbers on a scale. It's about how you feel every single day when you wake up. These small, consistent choices add up. Watch to the end for something that will truly surprise you about making these changes easier than you think, and how they can profoundly transform your daily life. Let's start with the first type of meat that really deserves a closer look once we're over 65, and that's processed meats. Think about those delicious breakfast sausages, crispy bacon, the slices of ham in your sandwich, or that bologna you might have grown up with for years. These have been convenient, tasty options. But as we age, our bodies become less forgiving of what we put into them. Processed meats are often loaded with sodium, nitrates, and unhealthy fats. And these are a triple threat to our health. Let's talk about sodium first. As we get older, our blood vessels can become stiffer, and our kidneys might not regulate fluids as efficiently as they once did. High sodium intake means your body holds onto more water, which increases blood volume and puts extra strain on your heart and blood vessels. This can lead to high blood pressure, a silent but incredibly dangerous condition that significantly raises your risk of heart attack and stroke. Many of us are already managing blood pressure, and adding more salt from processed meats just makes that battle harder. Then there are the nitrates and nitrites. These are chemicals used to preserve processed meats, giving them their pink color and preventing bacterial growth, while they serve a purpose in food safety. Once they enter your body, they can convert into compounds called nitrosamines. Research has strongly linked nitrosamines to an increased risk of certain cancers, particularly colorectal cancer. Now, I know that sounds scary, and it is a serious concern. It's not about eating one slice of ham and instantly getting sick, but rather the cumulative effect over time. Think about it if you've been having bacon or sausages for breakfast a few times a week, or a deli meat sandwich for lunch most days. Those exposures really add up over years, creating a chronic burden on your body. Our cells are constantly regenerating, and the older we get, the more important it is to support that regeneration with the cleanest possible fuel. And we can't forget the fats. Processed meats are often high in saturated fats, which can raise your LDL cholesterol. That's the bad cholesterol, leading to plaque buildup in your arteries. This hardens and narrows your arteries, making it even harder for your heart to pump blood through your body. This isn't just about heart disease. It's about the overall health of your circulatory system, which impacts everything from your brain function to your energy levels and even how well your limbs are supplied with oxygen. Poor circulation can contribute to feelings of fatigue, memory issues, and even leg pain. So, what can you do instead? It's not about sacrificing flavor or convenience entirely. Instead of processed deli meats, consider cooking extra chicken breast or turkey tenderloin at the start of the week and slicing it for sandwiches or salads. You get all the protein without the added sodium, nitrates, and unhealthy fats. For breakfast, swap out bacon for scrambled eggs with lots of colorful vegetables. Or perhaps some smoked salmon, which is packed with heart-healthy omega-3s. If you love the savory taste of sausage, look for leaner, lower sodium chicken or turkey sausages. Or even better, make your own patties with ground turkey and your favorite herbs and spices. You'd be amazed at how much flavor you can create without all the harmful additives. Even better, explore plant-based alternatives like grilled portobello mushrooms or roasted vegetables. It's about retraining your taste buds to appreciate natural flavors and finding new ways to enjoy your meals. Making these changes isn't about deprivation. It's about upgrading your plate for a healthier, more vibrant life. It's a journey, not a sprint. And every small step you take towards less processed meats is a step towards feeling better. Now that we've discussed how processed meats can undermine our well-being, let's turn our attention to another meat type that might be surprisingly detrimental as we age. Next up, let's talk about those really fatty cuts of red meat, especially beef and lamb, and how they interact with our bodies once we're over 65. For a long time, red meat has been a staple, a source of protein and iron, and certainly a source of comfort for many. But as we age, our metabolism slows down, our bodies become more prone to inflammation, and our arteries become less flexible. That juicy steak or a hearty lamb chop, while delicious, often comes packed with saturated fat, which, as we touched on earlier, is a major contributor to high LDL cholesterol. This bad cholesterol forms plaque in your arteries, narrowing them and making it harder for blood to flow freely. Imagine a garden hose slowly getting clogged. That's what's happening inside your arteries. This doesn't just increase your risk of heart attack and stroke. It also impacts your overall energy levels, brain function, and even the health of your skin and hair, as proper blood flow is essential for delivering nutrients everywhere. Beyond the visible fat, red meat, particularly when consumed in large quantities, can contribute to systemic inflammation in the body. As we get older, chronic low-grade inflammation becomes more prevalent and is linked to almost every age-related disease. From arthritis and diabetes to Alzheimer's and even some cancers, the compounds in red meat, especially a molecule called Neu5Gc found in mammalian meat, can trigger an immune response in humans, leading to inflammation. While our bodies could handle this better when we were younger, after 65, our immune systems are often less robust and more susceptible to being overstimulated. Eating too much fatty red meat can make those existing aches and pains worse, make you feel sluggish, and generally reduce your quality of life. Think about it if you're already dealing with stiff joints or muscle soreness. Adding fuel to that inflammatory fire through your diet isn't going to help. Another aspect is digestion. As we age, our digestive systems can become a bit less efficient. Our bodies might produce less stomach acid or digestive enzymes, making it harder to break down and absorb nutrients from very dense, fatty foods. Eating a large, fatty steak might leave you feeling heavy, bloated, or cause indigestion, rather than providing you with sustained energy. Many people over 65 also find that their bowel movements become less regular. And fatty red meat, especially without enough fiber from fruits and vegetables, can exacerbate constipation. It's not just about the discomfort, it's about your gut health, which is increasingly being recognized as central to your overall well-being, impacting everything from your mood to your immunity. So, what are the good options here? It's not about cutting out red meat entirely if you genuinely enjoy it, but about being much more mindful of your choices. Opt for leaner cuts of beef, like sirloin, flank steak, or round, and trim any visible fat before cooking, instead of a large portion. Think of it more as a smaller, flavorful addition to a meal rich in vegetables and whole grains. Consider enjoying red meat less frequently, perhaps once or twice a week, rather than every day. And when you do, Choose grilling or baking over frying. Even better, explore other wonderful protein sources. Fish, especially fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines, are packed with omega-3 fatty acids, which are anti-inflammatory and fantastic for heart and brain health. Chicken and turkey are excellent lean protein sources, incredibly versatile, and can be prepared in countless delicious ways. And don't forget plant-based proteins. Lentils, beans, chickpeas, tofu, and quinoa are powerhouses of protein and fiber, helping with digestion, keeping you feeling full, and providing a wealth of nutrients without the saturated fat and inflammatory compounds of red meat. Swapping out a few red meat meals a week for fish or plant-based options can make a substantial difference to your cardiovascular health, reduce inflammation, and even lighten the load on your digestive system. It's about making conscious, informed choices that serve your body now, supporting you to live a more energetic and comfortable life. Now, let's move on to our third type of meat, one that's often disguised as a treat but can have hidden dangers for us as we age. Let's turn our attention to the third category of meat that can quietly undermine your health after 65 deep-fried meats, particularly popular choices like fried chicken or battered fish. While occasionally indulging in a crispy treat might seem harmless, making these a regular part of your diet can introduce several significant problems for an aging body. The primary culprit here is the cooking method itself. Deep frying submerges food in large amounts of oil, often at very high temperatures. The type of oil used is crucial. Many establishments and even home kitchens use cheaper vegetable oils high in omega-6 fatty acids, which, when consumed in excess and especially when heated repeatedly, can promote inflammation in the body. While some omega-6 is essential, an imbalance with omega-3s, which are anti-inflammatory, is a recipe for chronic inflammation. And as we discussed, chronic inflammation is a major driver of age-related diseases, from aching joints to heart issues and even cognitive decline. Moreover, heating oils to high temperatures can create trans fats, which are notoriously bad for your heart. Trans fats raise your bad cholesterol LDL and lower your good cholesterol HDL, significantly increasing your risk of heart disease and stroke. They also contribute to inflammation and can damage the delicate lining of your blood vessels. For someone over 65 whose cardiovascular system may already be facing natural age-related changes, regularly consuming trans fats is like putting extra weight on a system that's already working harder. It makes your heart's job more difficult and sets the stage for serious health complications down the line. Beyond the oils, the process of deep frying can create harmful compounds called advanced glycation end products, or AGEs. These are formed when proteins or fats react with sugars at high temperatures, like those found in deep-fried foods. When you consume AGEs, they can accumulate in your tissues, contributing to oxidative stress and inflammation. High levels of AGEs in the body are linked to numerous age-related conditions, including heart disease, diabetes, kidney disease, and even Alzheimer's disease. They can make your skin less elastic, your arteries stiffer, and generally accelerate the aging process at a cellular level. It's a bit like rusting from the inside out. For instance, think about that crispy, brown crust on a piece of fried chicken. While tasty, it's often a sign of age formation. Our bodies are less efficient at clearing these compounds as we age, making their intake even more problematic. And let's not forget the sheer calorie density. Deep-fried foods soak up a lot of oil, dramatically increasing their calorie and fat content without necessarily adding much in the way of essential nutrients. This can easily lead to unwanted weight gain, which puts additional strain on your joints, particularly your knees and hips, which may already be experiencing some wear and tear. Carrying extra weight can also contribute to insulin resistance, raising your risk of type 2 diabetes, a condition that many over 65 are already managing or trying to prevent. So, how can you still enjoy chicken or fish without the detrimental effects of deep frying? The good news is there are plenty of delicious and much healthier alternatives. Instead of fried chicken, consider baking or air-frying chicken pieces seasoned with herbs and spices until they're crispy. You get that satisfying texture without all the added unhealthy fats and AGEs. For fish, Baking, grilling, or broiling are excellent choices. A simple baked salmon or grilled cod can be incredibly flavorful and provides those beneficial omega-3s without the inflammatory compounds. You could even try light breading and pan frying with a small amount of olive oil, rather than submerging it. The key is to control the type and amount of fat used and to avoid those extremely high temperatures that create harmful compounds. Making this switch means you're not giving up on your favorite flavors. You're simply preparing them in a way that truly nourishes and protects your body, helping you avoid unnecessary inflammation and cardiovascular strain. It's a delicious way to care for yourself. Now, we come to our fourth and final type of meat that requires careful consideration for those of us over 65. Finally, let's talk about charred or heavily grilled meats. Many of us love the taste of a well-done steak, a blackened burger, or chicken that's been cooked until it has those distinct dark grill marks. There's something undeniably appealing about that smoky flavor and crispy texture. However, for those of us over 65, regularly consuming meat cooked to this extent can pose a significant health risk, largely due to the formation of specific chemical compounds during high-temperature cooking. When muscle meats like beef, pork, poultry, and fish are cooked at very high temperatures, especially over an open flame or in direct contact with a hot surface. Two primary types of harmful compounds can form heterocyclic amines, known as HCAs, and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, or PAHs. HCAs form when amino acids, sugars, and creatine in meat react at high temperatures. They are more prevalent in meat cooked to very high doneness levels, like well done or charred. PAHs, on the other hand, are formed when fat and juices from the meat drip onto a hot surface or flame, causing smoke, which then rises and coats the food. Both HCAs and PAHs have been identified as mutagens, meaning they can cause changes in your DNA that may increase the risk of cancer. Research, particularly on long-term dietary habits, has linked high consumption of these compounds to an increased risk of colorectal, pancreatic, and prostate cancers. While our bodies have mechanisms to repair DNA damage, these mechanisms become less efficient as we age. This means that after 65, the cumulative effect of regularly consuming these compounds can be more pronounced, potentially overwhelming our natural defenses and making us more vulnerable to developing cancer. Think about it this way: for decades, your body has been diligently working to protect you. Now, in your golden years, it needs extra support, not extra challenges. Regularly introducing these known carcinogens, even in small amounts, adds to the cumulative burden on your cells. Beyond cancer risk, high-temperature cooking can also contribute to inflammation. The extreme heat can alter the proteins and fats in the meat in ways that make them more difficult for your body to process and more likely to trigger an inflammatory response. Again, chronic inflammation is a common thread in many age-related health issues, from persistent pain to more serious diseases. So, how can you still enjoy grilled or pan-fried meats without these risks? It's not about abandoning your barbecue. It's about smarter cooking techniques. First, avoid overcooking your meat to the point of charring. Aim for medium doneness rather than well done. If you see black, charred spots, it's best to cut those off before eating. Second, consider pre-cooking your meat partially in the oven or microwave before finishing it on the grill. This reduces the time it spends directly exposed to high heat, minimizing HCA formation. Third, flip your meat frequently. Flipping every minute or so can help reduce the temperature of the surface, preventing charring and thereby reducing HCA and PAH formation by up to 90%. Another excellent tip is to marinate your meat. Marinades containing acids like vinegar or lemon juice and antioxidants from herbs like rosemary, thyme, or oregano have been shown to significantly reduce the formation of HCAs and PAHs. A simple marinade of olive oil, lemon juice, garlic, and fresh herbs can make your meat more tender, flavorful, and much safer. And lastly, Focus on smaller, leaner cuts of meat, which cook faster and are less likely to char. Or even better, incorporate more vegetables onto your grill. Grilled bell peppers, zucchini, corn on the cob, or even hearty mushrooms can be absolutely delicious and provide a wealth of nutrients without the associated risks. Making these small adjustments allows you to enjoy the flavors you love in a way that truly supports your health and longevity, rather than unknowingly working against it. These smart choices are about living well, not living restrictively. So, we've talked about processed meats with their hidden salts, nitrates, and unhealthy fats, the inflammatory and digestion-challenging issues of very fatty red meats, the insidious trans fats and ages in deep-fried foods, and the carcinogenic HCAs and PAHs found in charred or heavily grilled meats. It might feel like a lot to take in, and perhaps even a bit daunting. But remember, this understanding, these potential pitfalls isn't about fear. It's about empowerment. It's about giving you the knowledge to make conscious choices that truly serve your health and happiness as you navigate your vibrant years after 65. You don't need to overhaul your entire diet overnight. And you certainly don't need to give up every single meat dish you've ever loved. The beauty of these insights is that even small, consistent changes can make an enormous, positive difference. Think about swapping out processed deli meat for homemade roasted chicken on your sandwich just a few days a week. Consider choosing a leaner cut of beef or opting for salmon instead of a fatty steak once or twice a month. Maybe try baking your chicken instead of frying it, or simply being more mindful to avoid charring when you grill. Each little step you take away from these less-than-ideal meat choices and towards healthier alternatives is a powerful investment in your future. It's about reducing the cumulative burden on your heart, your arteries, your digestive system, and your cells, giving your body the best chance to thrive. Imagine waking up with more energy, feeling less stiffness in your joints, or simply enjoying your meals without the post-meal sluggishness. These aren't just dreams. They are very real possibilities when you start to nourish your body with more conscious choices. Your body has carried you through decades, and now it deserves the very best fuel you can give it. You are resilient, adaptable, and capable of making these shifts. It's never too late to make positive changes that profoundly impact your quality of life. We truly hope this video has shed some light on an important aspect of healthy aging that isn't always discussed. Your health journey is unique, and we encourage you to share your thoughts, your experiences, or even your favorite healthy meat alternatives in the comments below. We love hearing from you and building this wonderful community. If you found this information helpful, please do us a favor and give this video a thumbs up. It helps us know we're on the right track and supports our channel. And if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel for more practical tips, insights, and encouragement designed specifically for you, our amazing audience over 60. We're here to help you navigate this wonderful stage of life with confidence, vitality, and joy. Remember, every bite is an opportunity to nourish yourself. Live your best life at every age.